Before we get into the episode, I am thrilled to announce that the EntreMD Business School is open for enrollment. The EntreMD Business School is the only school of its kind for physicians who want to build 6, 7, and multiple 7-figure businesses. Over the last 2 years, we have had hundreds of doctors go through the school with unbelievable results. Some of them run brands, some of them run private practices, some of them are coaches, some have other kinds of service-based businesses or product-based businesses. And we've had people come in and cross the 6-figure milestone, cross the 7-figure milestone, cross the multiple 7-figure milestone. You will be in a place where you'll get the coaching, the community, the accountability that you need to thrive as an entrepreneur, especially in the times that we're in. So maybe you've been following me for a while. Maybe you've been getting so much out of the EntreMD podcast and you've been wondering, how can I work with Dr. Una and the community more? Well, this is your chance. Come join us in the EntreMD Business School. It is application only. So go to entremd.com/business to turn in your application. I cannot tell you how many doctors have made statements like this. I recovered my investment in the first week. I recovered my investment in my bank account in the first 90 days. This is the best investment I've made in myself ever. I want you to have that kind of story, not just a story of building a great business that serves a lot and earns a lot, but having a business that gives you the freedom to live life on your terms. So don't wait any longer. entremd.com/business. And now for the episode. If you've ever felt nervous about putting yourself out there, putting your business out there, promoting what you do, inviting people to work with you, going to speak on stages, posting on social media, being a guest on podcasts, if that is something that makes you nervous so much so that you're like, I'm just a private person, I don't want to have to do that, then you're going to absolutely love this episode. I was a guest coach in a program and I had the most phenomenal time. I mean, I'm talking to doctors about entrepreneurship. What's there not to love? And I remember talking to one of the doctors and she was asking about how, the things she does in her business, how she could put it out there so she could be in front of a lot more people and help more people. And we started talking about it. And somewhere along the line, I made this statement. I was like, because at the end of the day, this is all about how do I make myself more visible? And the second I said that, the look on her face told me that, oh my goodness, I don't want to have anything to do with visibility. I want to help people, but I don't want to be more visible. I don't want to put myself out there on social media and all of those things. And, we had a conversation around that, which I figured would be really great for you to hear. And it will set you free to really go all in on, what your business is, how you help people, the impact you want to leave and all of that. And so this is the deal. At the end of the day, our businesses are a means to an end, right? Your business does not just exist because that's just something you do. Your business exists because there are people with a really real pain that your business brings a solution to. I want you to think about this. Your business helps people who have a real pain get a solution. So yes, there's a transaction, there's the exchange of, money and value and all of those kind of things. But at the core, this is what you do. And so think about it this way. Your business is an entity that helps other people who are in pain get a solution. And because you do that, you get a thank you note called money. That's really what entrepreneurship is. So if that's the case, this is the way to look at that. There are people, let me use myself as an example. There are doctors who are building businesses and maybe they've crossed the $100,000 mark, $250,000 mark, maybe they've crossed the $1 million mark. And they don't know how to take their business to the next step. They don't know what steps to take. They feel like, they're frauds because they're not really quote unquote entrepreneurs. They didn't go to business school. Most of the time, they don't feel like they know what they're doing. They struggle to build teams. They struggle to optimize their profits or really control their revenue, they struggle to build their business in a way that's sustainable, meaning that they have time for their families, they have time for their friends, they have time to rest, they're enjoying their lives, they're living a dream life, right? They are terrified of putting themselves out there, of being on social media, speaking on stages, networking at events, building referral sources. They're terrified of raising prices, asking people for money, asking people for referrals, asking people for reviews, and on and on and on. There are people like that. And in my business, what I do is I help them get to this place where they're able to evolve and embrace that identity as an entrepreneur. They're able to learn the skills of an entrepreneur. They're able to, they understand how to create revenue. They understand how to build teams that ultimately give them freedom. They understand how to build processes. They understand how to build their business in such a way they're not building their job. They're building a business asset that they can leave for their next generation, or they can sell if that's what they wanted to do. And what goes on to happen is now they have more time and they're able to invest in their families, and the relationship with their spouse is better, and the relationship with their kids are better, and they're taking more vacation than they've ever had. They feel they're in control. They have autonomy. They've built something. They've built something that they could sell, and it could be a really, really profitable event. They've built something that is creating financial freedom for them and their children. Because they've acquired these skills, they've set a new bar for their family, so their children are learning all of these skills and leaving a true legacy. The ripple effect goes on and on and on. And because they're able to build a successful business, they're able to serve so many of their own clients and their own patients. And so not only am I serving them, but they're empowered to serve their people more. And so the ripple effect goes on and on and on and on and on. If you think about it that way, then the question becomes, if that is the impact that your business can have, are you willing to embrace the discomfort of posting on social media? Are you willing to embrace the discomfort of asking for referrals? Are you willing to embrace the discomfort of going everywhere to tell your people where they are, hey, I'm here, and you see that pain? I can fix it. The second you start thinking in those terms, then everything else becomes more fun. Everything else becomes like, oh my goodness, this is my mission. I must accomplish it. This is my mission. I must let the people know that they don't have to deal with this pain anymore because I'm here now, right? And the second thought I want to leave you with is, humans are really like dirt, okay? And I'll explain what I mean. If I'm just walking outside on dirt in South Africa, it just looks like dirt, right? But underneath, there's probably diamonds, right? Or I'm taking a walk in Nigeria and it looks like dirt, but underneath it is crude oil that's worth billions and billions and billions and billions of dollars. And so if I judge the ground just based on the way it looks like dirt, then I could miss out on billions and billions and billions of dollars, right? And so humans are the same way. We look at ourselves and sometimes we're like, it's just me, right? But at the end of the day, we all have gifts. We're all loaded with gifts. We're all loaded with something that is a gift to our generation. And one of the things you want to do, you've heard me talk about this on the podcast, one of the things you want to do is to set yourself up and to show up and to serve in your lifetime in such a way that when you die, which we all will, it's not a morbid thought, when you die empty because you literally gave everything away. You literally exploited all of your potentials in the service of your generation. And so it will make you look at everything differently. Like, I have something that is a solution to somebody's pain. And I was specifically sent here to this planet. I was specifically born to help these people get out of pain. So you look at it that way, then you just start dispensing. Social media looks different because now it's no longer this annoying task I have to do. It's a free platform. Now remember, people paid thousands of dollars for a 20-second spot on radio ads. But now we have the capacity to reach tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions of people on social media for free, right? And so now it's like, oh my goodness, I'm so glad I was born in this time because I have the ability to use this platform to get my message where I want it to go. All of a sudden, networking feels differently. All of a sudden, being a guest on a podcast feels differently. It doesn't feel like, oh, this task I have to do for my business. It feels like, wow, another opportunity to reach the people that I was born to serve. I was called to serve. So that's a way to look at it. And if you look at it that way, you could enjoy visibility. I am an introvert. I am an introverted introvert. I wouldn't say I'm socially awkward or super shy anymore because I've kind of evolved. But I'm an introvert and I'm a private person, and visibility was not necessarily my jam. Actually, it was not my jam at all. So I get it. But the thing is this, I am willing to show up and talk to people and find new people and get on new platforms and get on social media and do all the things because I want to die empty. I want to be visible so I can serve all the people that I'm called to serve. And I want to invite you to start thinking that way. Because once you do, you'll enjoy it. I enjoy it now. I had no idea I would enjoy being at events, speaking on stages, speaking on guest podcasts, making new friends, connecting with people. Like I never knew I would. So if I can, not to sound like cliche-ish, but then you can too. Okay. So what I would love for you to do is I'd love for you to take this, episode of this podcast and I want to share it with the doctors in your life. Because I want us all to come to this point where we're all more visible. The world needs us. Like the United States, if you're in the United States, needs the physicians to arise and needs for voices to be loud, like really loud, right? And especially the times we live in. So share this with the doctors in your world. And I want you to take whatever the very next step is for you as far as visibility is concerned, the very next step. Take it. Okay, take it. And watch what will happen. Start that process. Start embracing the visibility. Your generation needs you. Okay? All right. So that's what I have for you. I will see you, my friend, on the next episode of the EntreMD podcast.